Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Camila aka CamiSimming and welcome to this new speed build. Today we're building a sort of spooky house in Windenburg here on this amazing lot. It's one of my favorites in the entire game because it's so cute with the river and the woods and everything around it. It's just so perfect. But yeah, it's kind of a sort of spooky build because initially I wanted to build something really spooky, like you will see that like with the colors of the roof and of the exterior wallpaper. I went with like super black roofs, and the exterior wallpaper was mainly like purple or dark orange, like a very rich reddish brown. And I wanted it to be very spooky, both outside and inside. But when it came to the inside, I started furnishing it, and in the end, it wasn't so spooky anymore. So yeah, I kind of abandoned the spooky vibe. Let's say that I will probably, I don't know how I will title this video yet, but I will probably keep the spooky word because either way, I think this house like is fitting for the whole autumn fall vibe that we're like going through in the Sims community lately. And in general, I think it's a pretty good build that could be turned into a spookier build. Because yeah, it has some spooky touches, like some cauldrons and some magical stuff going around, but it's not like overly spooky. So yeah, but you can tell me what you think about it, like in the comments, if you think this is actually a spooky build or if you don't think it is. I personally don't think it is, as I told you, so but I like it anyway. It ends up having like 3 floors, and I'm so sorry because the camera is gonna jump around a tiny bit, because you know how it is with roofing in The Sims 4, like they make the camera jump, and there are a lot of roofs in this house, so it's gonna be a little bumpy, a little bit jumpy and complicated to watch. I tried to like cut the worst parts out so that you won't like throw up while watching my videos, because that wouldn't be like the main goal of my videos. So but yeah, so I apologize in advance if it's like a bit annoying. And yeah, this house is for a couple of spellcasters, and I gave them a very cute pumpkin patch here next to the house, and it's also like on top of kind of a hill, as you can see. I don't know, it's kind of spooky. I'm gonna use this word a lot, so I'm sorry about this. And there are a lot of like staircases to get to the house, and inside we are gonna place like just ladders because stairs weren't actually an option for this build, because it was hard also to place down ladders. So I can't imagine like building this house without ladders and only with staircases. So yeah, I tried to put down some staircases because they look more like traditional, but in the end I opted for ladders because they were the most logical option. And this house ends up having only 1 bedroom and 2 bathrooms, one on the ground floor with like it's a 3x1 bathroom with a shower, and on the third floor it's gonna be like all the space on the third floor is gonna be a bathroom with a tub. So yeah, and I kind of like the bathroom. Initially I didn't include a third floor, but then I wanted one because I imagined this like super a bit like gloomy and dark bathroom on the highest floor. And I don't know, I imagined the switch taking baths in the middle of the night like in the shadows. It's a bit creepy and a bit like fantasy, so I liked that vibe and I wanted to recreate it. And here, as you can see, I started working on the pumpkin patch. It's a really hard word for me to say, so and I added some tombstones, like a person, like a sim tombstone, and some pets also. So it's kind of a pumpkin patch slash graveyard, because I don't know, I thought that maybe witches, like spellcasters, have some special rituals for their loved ones when they pass away. So yeah, I don't know, it's like nothing, it's not so deep. It's just a graveyard slash pumpkin patch. Oh my god. But yeah, I think that interior looks pretty nice. I didn't want it to be so open, so in the beginning I didn't like the layout that you're seeing like right now, and I changed everything and I closed off the kitchen, so it's a bit more like traditional looking. I don't know, but closed off interiors are more traditional to me, feel more traditional to me, and we don't have any technology here. I think I wanted to place a radio of some sort, but I forgot about it. But we have plenty of bookcases and other stuff to increase your Sims fun. I added this fireplace, but I didn't place a TV on top of it, and we don't have a computer, but you can easily fit one, I think, maybe on the second floor. On the second floor, we have the bedroom and a kind of magic room with a cauldron and some spooky lights on the floor and some herbs on the walls, and I think it's so like nice looking. I think it's perfect, just like the perfect room that you expect to find in a house like this. And I changed the wallpaper a little bit. Initially I wanted it to be purple, but then it was kind of too bright. I wanted a more pastely and more like a darker purple, and so I switched it for an orange wallpaper that looks also a bit outdated, so it was kind of perfect. And yeah, so I think this is kind of everything that I wanted to say about this build. Yesterday, this build like is perfect for autumn, and yesterday I like embraced the fall vibes like in real life, because I went hiking, so like walking in the mountains, with my kind of boyfriend that I don't know if it's my if he's my boyfriend or not. It's weird and complicated, as I talked about in my last video, so I won't get into it too much. But we went hiking, and we were like in this on this road, kind of. It's not a proper road, but we were walking among like red and orange and yellow trees, and also like some fir trees, so green trees as well. And it was so beautiful, like so magical looking. And it was also like we could see some higher peaks, some higher mountains with snow on the top, and it was so awesome. And I don't know, sometimes I don't know if it happens to everyone, but sometimes I realize how amazing nature is. Like, you go outside and suddenly you realize things like this one, and I was like mind blown and speechless, kind of, in front of the nature. And I don't know, I just love fall, as you probably guessed by now, also because I talked about it several times in my last videos, because I couldn't be happier about fall coming again. So the end of summer, because I like fall and I hate heat and I hate sweating. So yeah, that's a thing. But anyway, it was so amazing, and for most of the like hike we were alone, so there weren't like problems with masks and taking masks off and putting them on back on and etc etc. So it was very like we were alone in nature, and it was even better because sometimes when we stopped walking to like rest a little bit, there was such a beautiful silence with like the wind blowing between the trees, and it was so magical. And all of this is to say that I think this house here is perfect because it reflects the feelings that I'm having right now in this very moment. So my love for autumn and for cozy times, this cozy period of the year. And yeah, it wasn't supposed to be an autumnal build, just like a spooky one, and it ended up being like not being a spooky one and probably more of an autumnal one, even if the video, like the speed build, is not set in autumn. It looks kind of like an autumnal build. And yeah, like my plans for this video are kind of messed up by now, but that's okay. That's totally fine because yeah, life gets in the way sometimes, and also creativity. So I had a spooky build in mind, and in the end it ended up not being as spooky as I wanted it to, but I liked it anyway. I think it would be also like an awesome vacation home, probably in Granite Falls. If you remove the magical stuff like the cauldron and so on, probably it would be perfect. And so if you want, you can place it there too. And I forgot to say that I wanted to create the spooky build without having spooky stuff and vampires. Like, I don't have any of those 2 packs. There are like the spookiest of the Sims 4 expansion packs in expansion packs, game packs, and stuff packs. But I think it turned out quite nice anyway, so you don't have to have these spooky packs in order to build a spooky build. Yeah, I repeated myself, I'm sorry. But yeah, and I also think that we are pretty much done with it. And anyway, I don't have much more to say, so I'm gonna say goodbye to you here. I hope that you enjoyed this build along with my, of course, messy voiceover talking about something completely unrelated. Like, not completely this time, kind of related, but not quite. Anyway, if you did like this video, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in my next video, and have a great day. Bye, everybody.